So let me show you how many foreclosures my team was bringing me just a few months ago. Now fast forward until today, look how many foreclosures we have now. There's a big difference, right? It's like night and day. So in this video, I want to go over with you a little bit about what I'm seeing in the real estate housing market. We're going to go over some of the numbers and where we were and where we are now, and how you can take advantage of this foreclosure market that's actually coming in here right now, not only to make a lot of money, but further to help a lot of people. Let's get into it. Okay, class, it's Chris Haskins with TheRealEstateRoundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. So every week, my team sends me a list of all the pre-foreclosures that are coming out for the auction or for the next month, right? And usually it's a nice list. But after the virus hit and all that stuff, list went down to nothing, right? So as we come out of this thing, I'm already seeing where our housing market foreclosures are picking up. Not to take advantage of people, but to go out there and help people and make a little bit of money while we're doing it. So let's take a look at, let's go back a little bit before we get into what we're doing now. So back in 2009, the median sales price for a home, if we look at our HUD diagram here, was $220,000. So now, fast forward, look at this. It's unbelievable how we're at the top of the market. Sales prices at right around $400,000. All right, so where else can we go? How much more can the prices of houses go up versus median income, right? So income is not going up as fast as the prices of houses are. So that tells me, how can people afford these houses? Question number one. And the next thing is interest rates. We all know interest rates are going up, but let's rewind. Why do I love real estate so much? It's a solid market. Even when they flew the planes into the building, let's look at our second diagram here. When the fiasco happened in New York, the market did take a dip, but it went right back up after September 11th. So real estate is still a solid investment. So as interest rates go up, they were 3%, everybody borrowing. What is the human nature that we do when we can get money cheaply? What do? We buy bigger houses. So it doesn't matter what the interest rate is. People still borrowing to the max, right? Which gives you an opportunity to go help them if they ever fall into trouble trying to make that loan payment. So it was 3% just a few months ago. We're going up to 5%. Look at our next diagram here. According to Yahoo Finance, we're passing 5%. It's really amazing how fast interest rates have gone up. I've personally never seen this since 2002 go up this fast. But you know, the Fed is trying to curb this inflation thing. So that's another indicator of, maybe something's going on. Maybe I could probably step in and create some opportunity for myself. But here's the kicker here, yo. Here it is. According to, once again, Yahoo Finance, a total U.S. foreclosure starts 25,000. All right. Is that good, bad? I don't know. Month over month change, that's down negative 24%. But here's the kicker. Here it is. Year over year change for foreclosure starts. That's where people are actually headed to foreclosure. 541%. But what does that mean? Well, that means foreclosures are coming up. That's possibly an opportunity for us to do that. Why is it going up now? Let's get into that. So much to cover. Moratorium is over. That's where the government stepped in and said, no foreclosures. You can't foreclose anymore. Second, they offered forbearances to a whole ton of people. That's where the lenders give an opportunity for the homeowner to stop making payments, and they take those payments and add it to the back end. So all that stuff is coming to an end. Further, CFPB, and let me tell you, Roundup, I had no idea what the CFPB is. It's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And who are these people? What do they do? I'm going to get into it right now. And by the way, listen, if you need to learn foreclosures or you want to know how to locate them, find them, buy them, or bid at the auction, there's going to be a link right there below where you can sign up and actually download my Real Estate Investing Foreclosure Summit Training Audio. I put together an entire step-by-step system to show you how to get out there and buy your next house at the foreclosure auction. And I'm going to go over some other secrets right here we do before we get to the foreclosure auction, okay? So head over there if you want to get rocking and rolling right now. The CFPB, what do? We're on your side. Well, we're the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, a U.S. government agency dedicated to making sure you are treated fairly by the banks, lenders, and other financial institutions. It's so crazy because I'm like, now I'm a financial institution. We loan money to people and we bring money to deals. This country is so interesting. Very interesting living in this country, right? So the new CFPB rules have sunset. I had to do some digging and researching to find out, well, what in the world is sunset? That just means that the rules are actually expiring. So they're going to allow lenders to go back and deal with borrowers like they did pre-world going crazy, right? What was that, 2019-20? So let's get into some of the rules that the CFPB set in place for these lenders and why we didn't see any foreclosures coming up over the last few years, okay? Here we go. Well, the CFPB rules. Number one, they require mortgage companies to comply with additional procedures that safeguards before initiating foreclosure. What are these additional procedures? Who knows? I'm sure the lenders and the government agencies are going over all that stuff to make sure that borrowers are protected. Number two, permits a servicer or mortgage company to offer certain streamlined loan modifications. They can change their loan terms without requiring the borrower to submit a complete loss mitigation application. Basically, the borrower doesn't have to fill out the application in order for the lender to change the terms of that loan. Isn't that cool? So let's say you're in trouble, you can't make the payment, call up the lender, hey, I can't make my payment, whatever. They are actually able to change your loan terms without you turning in all the docs. Is that not cool or what? I wish I could apply for some of this stuff. Number three, specifies how and when a servicer must resume reasonable diligence efforts at the end of forbearance. Reasonable efforts. So they have to the lenders have to work with homeowners to keep them in the property. Number four, imposes new early intervention requirements for borrowers in default. Early intervention. So we want to help you. Basically, we want to keep you in that house and keep you in debt. Well, welcome to America, ladies and gentlemen. So all those rules done. So now what are we seeing? More foreclosures coming to the auction. All right. Now, if I'm helping you at all round up, if this is serving you in any least bit, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this content. Share with anybody else that needs to learn how to get into the real estate investing game, or they need to understand how to do foreclosures. And coming out very soon is the Real Estate Investing Foundations. That's where I'm going to give you 15 to 16 different strategies, proven ways to get started investing in real estate, even if you have no knowledge. So make sure you're subscribed so you can find out when we're going to release that. It's coming up in the next few weeks. Now, why is all this important to us? Because we have to learn how to negotiate pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures. Well, pre-foreclosures is where before the person actually gets to foreclosure, you can get in there and actually get a smoking deal. This is where I live. I love pre-foreclosures because it's high impact, it's high stress, it's face-to-face, sticky kitchen situations where you can get in there and craft a deal that works for the homeowner and you. But you can't go in there and just say, Ms. Smith, I'm gonna buy your house cash, right? Give you some money, you get out the house. No, there's a specific strategy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a video right there where you can actually learn how do you negotiate with people in pre-foreclosure. This is crucial. You have to understand how pre-foreclosures work. And last, the foreclosure auctions. So what the Foreclosure Summit is going to give you when you start going through that program there, how to locate them and actually how to bid. You have to know how to bid. You don't just go bid. As soon as they open up the bid, you make the bid, right? I'm going to give you something called bidding etiquette. How do we bid at the foreclosure auction? You have to know what lien position you're bidding on. Somebody borrowed 100,000, then they borrowed another 50 on top of that. If that 50 is foreclosing, you still got to deal with that first. Well, how do you know which lender is foreclosing, right? You got to have a title search. I'm going to show you how to do that inside of the Foreclosure Summit as well. So listen, got to understand foreclosures as we approach getting out of this craziness, right? Because It doesn't matter if the mortgage payment is $250 or $2,500 a month. If the person can't afford the mortgage payment, they can't afford it. That's where you step in. I'll never forget, I bought a house from a guy, Mike. Good old Mike. If you're watching, what's going on, Mike? Bought a house from a guy, payment was, I don't know, $185. At that time, he couldn't afford it, and I understood. I didn't make him feel bad. We went to lunch, talked to the guy. I'm like, look, Mike, I know this is what I can do for you. We can take over your payments. This is where you're negotiating pre-foreclosures. This is where your real money comes in, but it's where your real strategy has to kick in, because you're going to do that deal before it hits the foreclosure. And the summit's going to help you with that. So listen, Roundup, I love you. I look forward to seeing you on the other side at the Foreclosure Summit. And make sure you subscribed, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.